Okay, good evening, guys. Uh, Hope you are safe and just some couple of small things to talk about here. First thing, Marvel's Avengers War Table. Um, the stream happened 5 days ago. Uh, yeah, the stream happened 5 days ago on the 24th of this month, and here are my thoughts. I am a bit disappointed by what they have shown gameplay wise. I expected a much more polished gameplay now that the game's release is um, almost what 2 months away now. Not even three, like 2 months away. So I hope they will show us a bit more polished gameplay. Um, Not really impressed by graphics. Um, Much better than their first reveal trailer though. I'm still optimistic about the game. They have uh, you know I think it will be fun to play. Combat wise and the costumes and the skill trees and how they have organized each aspect and each component of it. I'm not going to go into too much detail here at the risk of being very wrong. So then the problem that many of us noticed is the frame rate that keeps dropping every time Thor approaches or hits an enemy. That is very disturbing to see. It is it is already very unexpected thing to happen on a PlayStation 4, and if they want to release it on a PlayStation 5, well then you know that has to be like completely that kind of bug those kind of bugs need to be removed and completely but but as I said, I'm still quite optimistic. I'm sure those problems will be removed when they go into the last month of development, I would say. And at the end of the Watertable, they have given us a bit of an idea what they might be revealing, what they might be showing us in the future. Very soon. So I expect July. Like end July, just like June, something like 23rd or 25th July, something like that. Um, they'll be telling us about the first hero post launch. I hope it's Black Panther or maybe Hawkeye or maybe Captain Marvel. I don't expect to see Spider Man that soon. I think he will be there. If if you have been catching on with the news, a Spider-Man Easter egg had already been noticed in a video. If you haven't read it, just a few things about it. In the gameplay video, a reporter with an eye patch, who I so mistakenly thought was Nick Fury. Uh, it, uh, it was a foolish mistake. Like, I'm not that much into comic lore. I like the movies, I like the games. I haven't really read, that many comics. So it's like if there is a character that hasn't appeared in any animated series or any movie or any game, but only the comic, then it is most likely that I don't know about him or her. No disrespect to the character, not the creator. Uh, Then, so yeah, as I said, the first hero post-launch. I think it will be Hawkeye or Captain Marvel or it will be Hawkeye, Captain Marvel or something like, or Black Panther, something like that. I hope they open up with a bang though. Now, first things first. I've been thinking about Ant-Man's involvement in this thing. We haven't heard or seen anything about Hank Pym, um, except after a time, after a mention in the post-credit scene of their first reveal trailer. With Hank coming out of a portal or a wormhole kind of thing, and shrinking drone or a bot kind of thing. If you haven't checked out the reveal trailer, you can. Um, then, uh, yeah, then that the new hero post launch. Then they'll be talking about the beta version of the game that will be coming out the demo before the actual launch. I hope it is good. I will be playing that beta if I can, if I pre-order the game, or I'll just be checking out or I'll just be checking out the gameplay on YouTube. Uh, I bet someone will just record it and put it up on YouTube. Then and then they launch. How are they planning to launch release the games? I think something like that. Uh, so what they basically talked about in this vertical, they have shown us the customization and modification methods of your character. They have told us about the skill tree, the kind that you have in uh, most recently in Marvel Spider-Man. Um, then about gears, the custom-made modification parts uh, of the skin or the costume that your character will be wearing. I am happy with the costumes, of course I am, especially the Iron Man ones, and uh, and a special mention for that Hulk costume. He kind of looks really cool and different in clothes. That suit and the hat and the hat. Yeah, it looks cool. Um, so the only thing bumming me out about this game is the gameplay. I really hope they work out those kinks and bugs that obviously need to be worked on before launch. Um, I'm hoping it will be a good game. Uh, their first reveal teaser, something like that, came out in January 2017, and then after that, directly in 2019, May or June, I think, E3 2019, they told us about they gave us the first actual reveal trailer, the base designs of the characters. Many people had complaints about that too. I personally am fine with them. Just fine though. Not overly pleased or something like that. No. Um I'm not expecting this to be in the level of Spider-Man PS4 or even Batman Arkham Knight for that matter. I just expect this game to be good, to be fun to play with, combat wise and different styles, and it is somewhat leading to that. I'm not really focusing on the story. I'll be fighting a lot, which this game will be most likely be all about. If the story is intriguing as well, then it is a plus point. Yes, it is a plus point. Well, of course, it is a plus point. Uh, and the fact, then let me just state this, if you don't, if some of you might not know, that if you buy this game on the PlayStation 4, then you will be getting a free version of this on the PlayStation 5 as well. Same thing for Xbox users. If you buy it on the Xbox One, you will be getting it for Xbox One X. Mm, and this game is available in all platforms, possible, maybe except Nintendo Switch. So like PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Google Stadia. Uh, Not on Switch though. I believe not on Switch. So yeah, as I said about Spider-Man, the hint that we were talking about, not the hint, the Easter egg that we were talking about. Sorry, the Easter egg that we were talking about. I'm just really sleepy. Um, it won't be Insomniac Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure it won't, because first they had already uh, someone from the Crystal Dynamics or the Square Enix team, they are developing this game, has already stated that they are in two different universes. Though though coincidentally, the Avengers in Spider-Man PS4's universe are also in the West Coast, and this A-Day thing has also happened in the West Coast. So yeah, I'm still quite confused. I hope that is not the case. I hope it is Insomniac Spider-Man. I hope that he that he participates, in some of the thing or the matter, in some or the other kind in this game. And you know, I was thinking about this for some time, you know, and if this is true, if Spider-Man PS4 and Marvel's Avengers belong in the same universe, then that could, I'm not saying that it will, that could explain the situation that Miles Morales may be in Spider-Man PS5. Why, maybe why Peter Parker is not in it. You know what I mean? Uh, that What I mean to say is, during the events of Spider-Man PS5, it may happen that Peter Parker is helping the Avengers solve their whole dilemma out. Uh, Most likely that won't be the case, but somehow these are just too many coincidences happening in the same gaming, happening in a somewhat similar time, uh, happening in the same universe of characters. But I'll still go out on a limb and say that they are from two completely different universes, which I'm fine with, by the way. Because from the gameplay that I am seeing, and based on the overall look of the game, I think that Insomnia Games will better handle the concept of the Avengers than Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix. I'm saying that I'm optimistic about the game, but not so optimistic that I'm completely positive about it. Because from what I saw 5 days ago, if that situation does not, you know, become better, the frame rate drops and some of the graphical downgrades that may have been there in there. Me buying this game would be conditional, in that if I'll only play this game, or even buy this game for that matter, if the reviews are good. It doesn't have to be 90% good. 70% will do for me. If IGN gives this a 7.5, good for me. Metacritic 7.5, good for me. It at least has to touch 70%. Overall looking wise, and not user. and not user reviews, critics reviews. You know, but that is only if I do not feel good about this game. If somehow some of the promotional material really excites me, then I'll buy the game anyhow. Why not? Uh, for other well, those are my only concerns. I'm happy with the star cast. I'm willing to give it. I'm willing to give this entire cast, a chance. I too am like used to the MCU cast, with Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and Mark Ruffalo and Chris Hemsworth and all those. But that does not mean that there cannot be anybody else. No, there was Heath Ledger. There was Heath Ledger. I'm sorry. There was Heath Ledger in Dark Knight, but there is also uh, and he was the best on-screen Joker, I can say. But now, but there is also Mark Hamill, right? Who we all love as the voice of Joker. So, like, why not? I mean, I know I might be, questioned and ridiculed over how I am comparing the likes of Joker to, Avengers, to, a video game or something like that. Just a particular character to a whole game. But, I have to because it appears to be the only example. Mm, so, yeah. Uh, so, the voice actors are, all very well known and all that, except that Captain America guy. I haven't really seen him in anything else, or heard him in anything else. I haven't watched a lot of anything else, but still, I googled him and he does not appear to have done much. No disrespect to him again, but just to sum it up, we have Nolan North, Nathan Drake, voicing as Tony Stark. We have Troy Baker, aka Joel from the Last of Us series, Samuel Drake from from those two Uncharted games. Then we have Travis Willingham, who, if you do not know, has voiced the Kingpin in Marvel Spider-Man, the video game. Then we have oh, then we have the Captain America guy. I'm sorry, I do not remember his name. Then we have Laura Bailey, who has voiced MJ in Marvel Spider-Man, and she also happens to be one of the reasons why I do not think that Spider-Man and Avengers will be in the same universe. Actually, that is quite a stupid reason, but still. Then we have Kamala Khan. I really don't. I don't know the voice actor's name. I should Google it. So to sum it up, these are all, so yeah, it's a pretty good cast. From what I hear and from what I've read, people have accepted Laura Bailey as Black Widow. People have accepted Travis Willingham as Thor. Like, obviously, he really sounds like Thor. People have accepted Troy Baker as Bruce Banner, because believe me, he really can voice anything, like really anything. But somehow people are finding it difficult to imagine Nolan North has literally anything else to you know they just can't seem to accept him as Tony Stark. I understand why, I know why, but I also understand that the MCU's Iron Man is not the only Iron Man who does exist or has existed or whatever. So yeah, um, I find the story of the game really interesting in that I don't really understand where they are going. It is unpredictable. They have Modok as, the seemingly main villain. They have the Abomination as one of the villains. And from what I read, from what I have read on the internet, Red Hulk is supposed to appear. That will be good. That will be good. If not a story character, an alternative hero. Why not? Um, so yeah, basically that's it. This game will have co-op, but only online, not offline. You can play with uh, four characters. Four players to the most, like total four players. You cannot, two players cannot have the same superhero. I understand why. For PlayStation users, you need a PlayStation Plus to access the premium online features. For Xbox users, they need the, their Game Pass. I think it's a season pass or Game Pass. I don't have an Xbox. I really don't know what it is called. Um, for PC users, I expect, Steam. Yeah, it will be available on Steam. I don't know about, offline hard disk, hard DVDs. I don't know about that. Google Stadia, I don't know. I know absolutely nothing about the console except that it was made by Google. Really, I don't know much about the console. I have heard that it's not as good yet, so I haven't really gone through to buying it or anything. Hmm. And also Captain America is dead. You know, in the story he apparently dies. I believe he doesn't. Well, I know he doesn't. He's important to the story. If he stays dead and the story still works, then it will be a first basically. I wouldn't expect this kind of thing to happen. He's expected to be alive, and I am sure he will be alive. Uh, for other characters, we still have Nick Fury. We have Dum Dum Dugan. I don't know much about him. I think he might have been in the first Captain America movie, the first MCU movie. Um, we have Nick Fury, we have Dum Dum Dugan, we have Maria Hill, and then we have these other, then we have these other, specially made for the game characters, some of the shop vendors that will be seen in the Chimera, the helicarrier. Uh, yeah, that's it. That is actually those are actually the only things I wanted to talk about. And on other things, I will be making an unboxing video of the PlayStation 5 when I have it. Of course, I won't be streaming it live. I will be recording it and then uploading it on YouTube. Um, I am in India. It is night. It is midnight right now. I, as you can see, I am a bit sleepy. So yeah, good night and stay safe. Wear your masks when you go out of the house. Follow follow the government guidelines, whichever country you're from or you are in right now. And just stay safe, be healthy, and God bless you. And see you next time. Bye bye.